I know a lot of people who do that. Well, not a lot. I've known, especially men.
It's a no.
And you can smell that old perfume
You know,
on
that
top
same
of new
person is
perfume,
going to ask-
on
is
top
going-
of sweat.
They're going to ask you what
People,
you're bringing.
we
to
are
that
tired.
table.
We are tired.
That man who is wearing his shirt without washing it is going to ask you what you're bringing to the table. You.
And you're like,
who is not
which
even
table?
repeating a black bra.
I can't even
Like
put
you
food
could.
on this
Thank
table
you.
because you've not washed your clothes.
Thank you.
So which table are we discussing?
Hi guys, welcome to the Unpopular Opinion. My name is Prim.
Claire,
I'm Kemi.
We are real
raw,
And we're
we're
saying
saying it all.
Hi guys, welcome to this episode, and today we are talking about self-improvement and leveling up. We are counting down this year, and we're entering a new year, and I felt like we should talk about self-improvement. It's something that I am so huge on and very, 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 very behind. Like, I want to scream it on top of mountains and rooftops. Self-improvement. The point you get to where no one is going to change for you. No one is going to tell you what to do, but taking accountability for yourself and saying, okay, this is where I am. What are the things I want to change about myself? What are the things that I want to, improve? What are some of the things that I want to embrace more, let go of, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm asking these ladies to share some of the things that you think people can take into accountability. You've seen that you've seen a lot of content on elevating, how to elevate with me, how to the clean girl aesthetics, but now besides the vibes, how to real improve yourself. Let's say financially, health, relationships, ethics, things that you can adapt, like even just climate and conservation and cleanliness. Yeah, like how important it is. But anyway,
I think the first thing I would say is something that I see a lot is that we have taken responsibility of us and given it to other people. There's nothing that irritates me more. That's the genuine truth. The day I started taking accountability and taking responsibility of who I am, where I am, and where I want to go, the day that started happening is the day my life started to change. Because every girl's waiting for her Prince Charming. People are always just sitting there waiting for the government to change, waiting for NGOs to come and hand us out, waiting for opportunities, waiting for parents to die so that they can give you things.
property.
Just why are you not taking accountability? You are responsible for you entirely. Where you are right now, especially if you're over a certain age, like if you are a child, yes, fair enough. Anywhere after like the first 2 years of campus, after uni, even still, after you're 18, you have some responsibility of where you are. But then I can give you a bit of leeway until after campus. Then you decide. You know what I mean? You decide. You can take your power back and say, I'm responsible for where I am. I'm responsible for where I want to be, regardless of what has happened in your life in the past.
Yeah.
Regardless of where you have been, what you have been through. You need to realize that most people have been through things too.
As well, true.
Most successful people have been through things too.
Yep.
And if you have a vision and you have a dream, don't let them die. It's on you to make them happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is, right?
I just feel like taking that responsibility is one of the most important steps you will ever take.
Yeah.
To move forward in your life,
No
to
one is
have a
coming to
happy
save
life.
you.
No one's coming to save you.
No one is coming to save you. So I would like us to delve into the spaces, into the places, into the things that we can take to improve ourselves. And
Okay.
I would go first. Reproductive health. Reproductive health, ladies and gentlemen. Like I always get messages from people. Someone's like, oh, I have recurring infections. Why is this happening? And I am also speaking as someone who hates going to hospitals, but I had to.
Yeah.
You gotta go to hospital.
Yeah.
Or, friends, we cannot keep living. Then, like, it's so easy for a man to say, for me, I want 8 children. But you, as a woman, is your mental health able to handle 8 children? You know, you have 1 pregnancy or 2, and they'll take you through the ghetto. Yeah? And in your head, you're like, I don't think I can be able to do this. But then you're married to a partner, or you have a partner who wants 8 kids. And you know, you're like, let me just keep giving birth so that they don't go to another person. And sometimes this person will still step out, whether or not.
If someone's going to step out,
yes, whether or not you have the 8 children. At that time, your body is taking a toll. It's exhausted. It's going through things. Why? Because of that. 2, in reproductive health still, you'll find that women, for me, when I got into a relationship, but again, I could also be speaking for privilege because I am with a person who is able to go and like test with me. You get that day, and that's the first thing that I did in our relationship. That day I had an infection, got on medication. I was like, please, dear, start with be close with me, mukwano. Whatever I'm taking, you're taking. And I've not had an infection in quite a really long time. Really long time. Most times, infections are from our partners.
Yeah.
The men that we sleep with. You'll find that your partner is probably even like cheating, they're sleeping with another person, or they're not even cheating, but they're infecting you. You are treating it, and your person is not being treated. So that means that they'll still give it to you, because for you, it thrives in the women's vagina and it doesn't in theirs. It doesn't thrive, right? So we need to take responsibility for our sexual reproductive health. We need to. When it comes to how many children you want, women,
we're the ones who get the bigger share of the
when it comes to
burden.
Let us as young people take responsibility for infections like HIV, for viruses, like let us protect ourselves. There's no shame in going to buy condoms, because the truth is you'll be afraid that people are going to laugh at you, but they'll not. The same people will
will be there in with you
when
you're taking ARVs.
Yeah, when you're taking drugs, when your immune system has been beaten. So let us put shame aside and let us take responsibility for our reproductive health. Let us change leaving that responsibility to someone else. You know, like you're having sex with someone, you're not using protection, you're risking, there's unwanted pregnancy, there's diseases, why would you give that power to someone else? Why would you let them decide for you? Why would you let someone else decide your body, what your body should do for you? We need to take that back. We need to take that back. We need to improve and change that.
Yeah, you've actually reminded me of the, just how a lot of us, anyway, I mean, I also recognize that in Uganda, for most people aren't insured. So this practice of regular full body checks is not really a thing here. It's actually not. A lot of people, I do not remember that last time I did a proper full body check. I'm here.
You just check the toe. If the toe is the one that's sick and the doctor says it's from the brain, you're like, you know what, let's just let the brain die.
So, so we don't have those practices, and I was like, this year I need to change that. But I'm in my 30s, I can't play with those things anymore. I'm not saying it's only people in their 30s, but wherever you are, you should be having like regular body checks. And also just, I think, things that you need to, like the habits, that takes me actually to my whole point of building habits, because you know how there are small things like plain yogurt that are really good for your vaginal health, and you're like, oh my god, plain yogurt is so gross. It's true, it's gross, tastes like pepper,
but it's good for you.
But it's really good for your vaginal health. I actually saw a very clear change in how I feel when I started like consistently taking plain yogurt. True story. And it doesn't register until you do it, and it actually moves something for you. But anyway, my point actually was around building habits, building healthy habits around your body and your mind, because, again, no one is coming to save you.
That's true.
It's okay to feel bad about where you are. Maybe you feel like you don't like where your weight is, or you don't feel, I don't know, maybe you're not feeling strong. Maybe you climb the stairs and you feel, let me just talk about wellness in particular, because sometimes, I don't know, like you see people and you think like they have it all figured out, but maybe they have figured it out in one area, but your wellness is, it's forever. Like, I don't even know how to tell you. I remember there's this mini-series on limited series on Netflix of Live to 100. And I realized, I think I may have even talked about this before, but anyway, there was a lady I was talking about on stories. Oh yeah, and someone told me, why would you want to live up to 100? That's too old. And I thought about it, and then when I was having a conversation with another lady, I talk about Grace a lot. She's so fit and like just full of vitality at her 62. And she was saying how the reason why that person is saying that is because all the people they've seen at 80, 70 are completely
wiped out.
They don't have vitality. She's like, how many 60-year-olds do you see that look like me? Zero, exactly zero personally. So I was like, so it made me think we're even dismissing those years of life because who wants to live that long and be that weak and not have energy? And yet it's actually a real thing that can happen, that if you put in the energy now, you can have a vibrant, energetic life in your older years. You can have all the good sex and be physically active, and you can do all those things. They're not just for young people, and really no one is going to come and do it for you. Like, take responsibility of your body and your mind. Stop thinking these things in bazungu. Therapy, meditation is just vibes. I know it can be expensive. Find other ways then. I mean, I feel like there's always something, but if you don't focus and look for something, it will always just be, it's expensive. People are doing therapy on phone. People, like, now there's so many options. You can't even judge that there was no option for you. You just haven't made the effort. So I feel like just anyway, it's like, take back your power. Take your power over your body. Are you feeling bad about your body? It's absolutely in your control to say that I'm going to start doing this, I'm going to start doing this, I'm going to work on my nutrition, I'm going to pay for someone to help me if you don't know how to do it. Claire was sharing about keto. Listen, if that's what you need, and do your research, figure out what you need, save some money. And save it for that. We save money for like makeup. You can also save money for therapy.
I've also found that they often, as human beings, we gravitate more toward the things, useless things.
You're right.
Than useful things. You will find people invested in useless conversations. Then you tell them, listen, I can show you how to make money. Or you tell them, I can show you how to lose weight. Or I can show you how to do something. And no one wants to talk about that. Everyone is into gossip. And Oni Akozechi, the other chick's wife, we have data for gossip. But we don't have
data for self-improvement columns. We don't.
And you know, I feel
one
like
that tells you about the importance of water. One that tells you about, how to build this skill.
We don't have any time for that. And granted, guilty as well. Sometimes you're like, you don't want to be learning all the time. But I've seen that you have to be intentional.
Course,
about, again, teach yourself what you have to do. I know people, we didn't have anyone to teach us. The government didn't change the curriculum. The curriculum is bad.
But now we can't complain about that for so long.
At 33 years, dear, whose curriculum are you on? You're on your own curriculum. You're on your own curriculum. You're the one who has set what module you're doing. You're doing module.
Setting your own exams and answering and marking.
You're the one. You're failing and losing at your own pace. At your own, you're the one marking. Thanks. So it's something that I find so, and also a lot of, especially why as Ugandans we're not good with change and development.
We don't like change.
I get it, as human beings, change can be difficult. But embrace that difficulty and change anyway. So things like AI, they've come around for the betterment of the world. Yes, they have their downsides, like everything. Every single thing has a good side and a bad side.
Yeah.
But you see how when I was living in Ireland, you see how businesses just grow. You get what I mean? Ireland has 5 million people in the country. That's how many Irish people there are in Ireland. You get, and that's like, someone would start a business. I started businesses too in Ireland, and they did well, both of them. Do you get what I mean? But then you had to get with the program, the trends. You need to follow the trends. Why don't we have websites? People have websites here. it has become so easy to create your own website.
That's true.
You know, and again, I always speak more in the side of career, of business and finances. You know, someone comes up with a really innovative, let's say, idea to help you own a home or to help you invest, and automatically would rather go with what we know, the old-fashioned what we know. People who are thugging you, by the way. You'd rather give your money to people who are not loyal to you than people who are literally helping you and paying you to help you. You know, and I get it. Like we also live in a country that is not very. People are not very. They don't have integrity much.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just
A
our
lot of
country, though, to
people-
be fair.
Generally, the
I think
world.
it's the world. Like
Yes.
lately, everyone just wants to. What can I get from this person?
Yes.
What am
And I feel
taking
like
and
it takes
taking?
us behind because automatically we are mistrustful even of the things that can help us. You get, so we bring Visa card. Bagena Kuba. You know, they're going to, people, Ugandans don't use Visa cards because we don't trust them.
Government is vaccinating people.
They're going to kill you.
They're going to kill you.
You
People
know,
are dying from this year.
Yeah, but anyway, I've digressed a little bit, but self-improvement is something that is really, really personal. It's very personal.
I feel like right now, there's something I keep saying. The world has changed to this. It's like the boundaries have been lifted. The whatever was there. You know how before it was, I come from Uganda, it's a third world country, and let's send them aid. You see how that you walk 10 kilometers to school and then But now this is the funny thing about the boundaries being lifted. The world has really become a small world. Why? Your child is going to be expected to perform the same way a child in a good private school in the UK is. No one is going to extend them the same grace that they used to extend us. And when we were younger, they used to tell you, you're sleeping. Do you think that the children in Budo are sleeping? Do you think the children in Gayaza are not reading?
Now those are not our competition.
Now those are not your competition. Your competition is the entire world.
Chinese
a child in
kids.
Uganda is going to be expected to be a biochemist. And you see, as much as when the boundary is lifted, it meant that the opportunities have also become sort of equal.
Yeah.
That your child, you, Kemi Fiona, is able to go and become a senator somewhere. The same way your child is able to go and invent a new app. You get. So what does that mean? The pity that they used to extend us, the pity.
They don't anymore.
Yeah, of you
Not
know
anymore.
what? The pity of people from Africa. Let's consider them for them at this mark. You get. While these ones who have had everything are considered at this mark, no. And guess what? The world has not changed. Africa has not changed. There are not many things that have changed, right?
Yep.
It's not like government has introduced now excellent education now, but there's a laboratory for people who want to be
If anything,
scientists. No.
I feel like we keep going behind.
But yet they expect you, the
to
world still
compete,
expects you to compete.
at a world level.
So, this is where self-improvement comes in. Teach yourself a skill.
Yeah.
Learn a skill besides what you went to school to study. That can be, you can even go and learn how to weld. Welding.
And become the best damn welder this country has ever seen.
And the region.
You're an engineer, but learn how to weld. Go and at least learn how to refine wood, how to make it fine, how to carpentry. Like you guys, we taught ourselves how to edit videos. We taught ourselves how to shoot and edit content.
We just basically taught ourselves how to do content.
Yes,
no one
there was
taught
no
us.
one there, and we had to go on YouTube and learn. And that's why platforms like YouTube need to be used, not for you to find out
Who's sleeping
now
with
Prim
who.
gives her side of the story about the demise of her marriage. Friends, teach yourself a skill. Go to YouTube and learn a skill.
And you know, I always say that, like, first, the education we got, most of us in university, it was for the university. You passed the paper, you got the certificate, and you left all that education
Us for the world.
there. And we live in the day and age of information. There is nothing you can't learn. There's very little you can't learn.
Yeah, it's true.
You get. If you decided today I'm going to learn Mandarin, I'll
You
give you a
would.
year. You'll
Teach
be
yourself
able
a
to.
language, yes.
You get. If you decided today that you're going to be, let's say, an AI professional, and you're going to be, and one thing I learned, one of the best advices, my dad used to give it to me, but I also got it from someone who mentored me, a mentor. My dad told me I was very bad at school, very bad. I was dyslexic, I've talked about it. So I got home S1 first term I passed because it's definitions. I'm good with definitions. Then when it came to actual work in second term, I came back with F9s. And my dad sat me down and told me, listen, I know you're not going to be good at everything. There's 16 subjects. There's no way you can be good at 16 subjects. Choose the ones you can do and
do excellently.
And do really well.
Yeah.
Every day, you guys, I used to take home baskets of 9s in sciences and math. And then I would have distinctions. You get, and credits in mostly distinctions in language, history, the art subjects. And this taught me, when you're doing something, do it
so
well.
Whatever you
And
decide
then
to do.
there was a course I was doing when I started Beyond Boston, when I was just very new, and we were doing this module, and my mentor said to me, choose one thing you want to be known for. One thing. You're good at many things. We're all good at many things.
That's true.
But you want to be excellent at one
Just
thing.
one.
And that's when one name that everybody is going to call you by. And by the way, the platform Beyond is very intentional. And then I've made it my life's work to learn everything and anything within that particular industry, so that I am considered an industry leader,
an authority,
within that industry. And that's the same thing I would say. Improve. You don't need to improve at being everything. Yet, just choose one field, especially career-wise. You say, in the next 5 years, I'm going to be A, B, C, and D. By the way, this is not where my dreams stop. No, they're bigger. You get. And the higher you go, the more you learn. With every level, a lot of us become complacent. A lot of us become complacent. We get on a level and be like, it's hard. We stop. That's unfortunately where most of us, that's where we lie in mediocrity. But with every level you go up, you unlock a whole new level. You know, remember how you got to P1? P1 was easy. You got to P2, it becomes a bit harder. By the time you get to P7, it is really, really hard. You get. So, and that's the same thing with life. Every level you unlock is it's like you don't know anything. You know, and you have to be very intentional about
Choose
learning.
one thing and excel at it.
I think another thing is just trying stuff. Because I recognize, because of our education system, a lot of people just don't know what they want to do. A lot of people are doing courses for the sake of doing that course. Which one? I'll do that one. Which one? I'll do that one. Of course, there's those people who are like
Focused.
their focus is laser sharp and they know I'm going to do X, I'm going to do Y, but that's actually the minority, I've realized. But if you're in that position, you finished uni, you're just kind of like, I hope you try a million things. I highly recommend you try so many
fail
things.
at them.
Yeah.
Fail at them.
Volunteer.
Fail at them and learn.
Go do things, because how do you figure out what you want to do if you don't try stuff? I hope that you experiment, especially in that time of your life when you have time. You have no responsibilities. If you're fortunate enough to still have your parents, they're paying for everything. You've just come out of uni, there's no about kids. You're just there. I hope you experiment with so many things, because honestly, I feel like I only really started experimenting in my late 20s. I can imagine, what it could have been like if I started earlier. So I'm always telling young people, when I start experimenting, go out there and do crazy things, like learn, I don't know which crazy thing you've seen, learn it. Okay, if you hate it, then what?
Leave it.
You will have discovered another thing maybe you like better.
To laugh at the white kids who come to find themselves in Africa.
Gap year.
On missionary.
Gap year.
I remember
To find themselves.
people are always asking me, Claire, how do you find your passion? Literally found my passion at 28 years old.
And you tried a bunch of stuff to get you to this
Not
point.
just a batch, I tried millions.
Yeah, and you really, really tried stuff.
I tried.
Yeah, you like.
I would try one thing,
experimenting.
some things I don't even remember I tried, but I want before you can find your passion. Some people are very fortunate to get like
Yeah, like they have their thing.
They
there,
do it immediately.
but most of us have to go through a whole bunch of things before we fall.
Figure out.
You literally stumble.
But intentionally, though, it's not really a stumble. Also, you're intentionally looking.
I wasn't.
You weren't looking for what you want
I
to do.
just knew I liked doing business.
Okay, so you had
So
a general
I did
idea.
so many businesses until finally
you
I someone stumbled on the one that I really, 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 really enjoyed, and I've been doing it for the last 4 years.
Think about it, that's intentional.
And
You said business, I'm going to
It
try
was
the businesses I
yeah,
can.
yeah, for sure.
Self-improvement will come with a lot of failure. The only thing is that you won't give up. You will fail at this. You're like, okay, because I feel like the thing about what makes us feel so afraid of failing is the notion that time is going by. But going by where? Recently, I talked about fear of failure, and someone told me something so wise. They're like, you know what, Prim? I've gone back to school to complete my degree. She's like, 3 years ago when everyone was graduating, I felt like such a failure. She said, but either, when 3 years go by, you either be, 3 years are still going to go by, right? But you either have a degree or you will not. You understand? She's like, so for her, that was her focus. She's gone back to finish her degree. And who cares if you're going to sit down with very young people?
So what? Those things
it's
seem
just,
so important when you're young.
Yes. Of like my classmates are leaving me. They're going to leave you. You still find them on the same streets, and you now just be back
By the
on
way,
the same streets. Like,
and
oh my
the
God.
thing about adult life is that the street,
We're all there together.
We're all there.
There's a way adulting levels you all out.
It
When
does.
you're in high school,
no
you think
matter who has what, the
Oh, it
beautiful
does.
one, the one with the nice body, the one, the one who was living where, the one who was where.
You know
Life
those
just
things of voted most likely to succeed.
forget about them.
Unlike-
Forget about, I remember there was actually, there's this, I recently was like invited to do like a show on well, like thing, whatever in the show on energy. She's called Sandra Cob. What's up, Sandra? And when she shared some of her life story, and I was like, these are stories people need to hear. Because she had her baby like really, really early. She was like 19. And so she dropped out of school, all of that. As we speak, she has her journalism degree, she has a family, she's thriving, doing like a bunch of things. I asked her a lot about what she does and what. It's not even just radio. She's doing so many things. She's writing. And I just was like, man, like, I hope you share your story everywhere you go, because I'm so inspired. I was like, you be in school and you feel like, oh my God, it's the end times if I leave this course that I don't like. But I'm always there and I'm like, what if I had left law school? Who was going to die?
No one.
Who actually was going to die?
No one.
And it's like, but also not say that you should regret. Sometimes things just happen the way they do, and it's fine.
Now when you have
Wherever
a
you
thought,
are,
change them wherever you are.
or while you're 50, or while
Change
you're
them.
60, that can be your beginning. I really believe
That's
that. You can
true.
begin wherever you are.
life
That's
is
true.
long. For as much as it's short, it's also
It
long.
is long, yeah.
Like
It's
I
only
bet you,
enough
like
to do things.
there are 50-year-olds that are looking at us and being oh boo
Like
boo.
babies.
Like you know how we'd be like we are 30 and so, and people are like oh boo boo.
Like, what is young
Is
ones?
someone going to tell them? Have you ever seen those memes? Like,
Yeah.
should I tell them? Like, is someone going to tell them?
Yeah.
So I feel like there are people much older than us that are looking at us like, no. The same way we look at 20-year-olds and go, no.
Nothing made me so happy. Like my boss going back to do his law degree. Like
Good for
he always just talk about it in passing, and then when he's like, yeah, so I enrolled in school. He's doing
Nice.
undergrad, and do you know what's funny? I remember when he went back. He's in 4th year. He's now in 4th year. He has a family.
The
He
time
has
has
a
gone
job.
anyway.
Another person will be like, so what are you looking for? Why are you going back to? Because he has another degree. He's an educated man, an established man. So I'm like, why are you going back to do a law degree? Like,
Why not?
But guess what?
But why not?
He was in journalism and he liked it. He has a job, and this man woke up and he said he wants to do a law degree because he wants to now do sports law. He wants to understand. He's so passionate about it, and he wants to see how far it goes. And this man went to school.
Why not is what
He
you should
went
be
to
asking
school.
yourself. Not why not?
40-year-old something, 40-something year old with children. And
I love it.
yeah, he went back to school. I am so proud of him. Like I see him and I'm like, yes. And that's the one thing that he keeps banging in our heads. That guys, there's so much more out there. Like imagine a boss who tells you there's something beyond this job. Each time we sit in a meeting, even if he's going to talk about timekeeping, he'll start by there's something beyond this office. There's something beyond this place. And the guys, go back to school. Guys, go and improve your lives. Learn a skill. Excellent man. Shout outs to you, Caesar. Shout outs. Anyway, for me, another thing that I would like to talk about when it comes to self-improvement is building your confidence and working on your esteem. It starts with small things like a handshake. You guys, that day, it's like someone once told me, it's like someone whispered a secret to me that when you enter rooms or places where there's power, offer your hand, shake your hand. Now, I know there are germophobes, and I'm very sorry, but since I am not, I do shake hands and I give a very firm handshake and I look you in the eye and say, hello, my name is Nyonyozi Prim. I'm very intentional with that. Hello, my name is Nyonyozi Prim. I'm a digital creator. Nice to meet you. Like, it starts there. Like, even if I am shaking, you will not feel it in my handshake. Yeah. And for me, that sets the pace on where to go next. Building your esteem, building your confidence. We've been so lied to that being timid means you're humble.
It's not.
Your
timid
humility.
and humble are not the same.
They're not the same thing.
Not.
You can be the most confident, bold, and still be humble. And yet you can be timid and still be proud.
And it's so sad that this has been drummed into us for so long that even the people we meet, when they find a bold person, they'll be like,
that one is not humble. Bambi, you know,
she's arrogant.
I have been labeled arrogant and not humble.
But that's the thing. Let all those labels be there, right? But you know
who you are.
And you people, the small things, like, it starts with, if you want to become a speaker, talk to the mirror. Speak into the mirror. Look people in the eye when you're talking to them. One thing that also improves confidence is image. I am not even going to like presentation.
Period.
Imagine we're shooting from here. My mechanic was here, and I saw the videographers were like, your mechanic.
We were all like that.
He came in a very crisp, clean shirt, tucked in early in the morning to pick my car to
like an
fix
accountant.
it. Thank you.
Super smart.
Image. So someone is going to say, oh, you're saying that because you can afford nice clothes. But you guys, even if your shirt is for 1,000 shillings, iron it. Like, you guys, it starts with
be clean.
Be clean. Be kept.
Simple
Look kept. I know that, you know what's funny? I know that for people who travel, there are people who, there's a gentleman that I once talked to, and he had been deported back into the country. And, you know, he's like, you know, they just looked at me and bounced me. And I was like, it's so funny that people are, you're already being racially profiled as a black man. But also, I'm so sorry, but the way you're dressed to this person in, say, the UK immigration, they don't think you're going to afford
you're a thug.
Yes. And
they can't rate you.
Yeah, they can't rate you. We've been lied to with this whole, oh, look at these millionaires, no Gucci belt in sight.
Please, they've already made their money.
They've already made their money. They don't need that. They don't need to wear.
They're not impressing anyone.
They're not impressing anyone. And I'm not telling you to wear a Gucci belt, but I'm just talking about the importance of your image. Yeah. The world is vain. The world is vain.
Mad vain.
I remember this clip I shared recently I saw on, what's this show? Date My Family. And there's this guy who had an accent. And he has a really nice accent. He speaks really well, very eloquently. His English is really good. You know, and people, and the other, his fellow colleagues on the show were saying he's fake.
They were annoyed.
Where did you get your accent? Have you ever been to the US? And he's like, no, I've never been to the US. I just speak like this. And this guy, these people literally belittled him. That was me, my entire life. Belittled me. But when I went abroad, you guys, getting a nice job with your African accent is hard.
Forget it.
I worked in a call center, and because I am so good with accents, I learnt the Irish accent, and I could speak like an Irish person, so they wouldn't abuse me. All the other Africans were being abused. First of all, this person has called and they're already angry. Call centers all get angry people. They're already angry. And the fact that you're African, you don't understand, you're stupid, give me someone who speaks English, you're speaking English. I never got any of those issues, but I also got a job. I got good jobs. I've always got good jobs because I speak the way I speak.
The world is vain.
The world is vain. Believe it or not, it's not being fake when someone decides to
never judge a book by its cover. They were lying to us. They will judge you for your cover. They will judge you for your cover.
100%. Your cover gets your foot through the door.
Thank you.
You get. Then the rest of it is up to you.
Presentation.
Presentation is very important. Wake up. You're all dressed, iron it very well, where there's a hole, sew through it. Yeah. And present yourself as your best self. Put your best foot forward.
Yeah. You don't have to be rich to be presentable.
No.
You guys, come on.
There's so many rich people who are just...
That's not true. Even us where we are now, we're not rich.
No.
Even when I think back to maybe like uni, I think out there we didn't even have a single cent. Whatever money they were giving, you were going down there, Gazaland or buying clothes. You wash them and iron them.
Yeah, and they look nice.
And you hang out with the international school kids and you say, yeah, it's intentional.
Shower, take a shower, groom yourself, make sure your hair should be kept.
I think we need
Your hair should be
Ugandans,
kept.
why do we smell? And someone comes and passes and you'll be like, my God, I am dying because this is poison passing me by. That is the genuine truth. Generally speaking.
I don't know if people already.
Or why it's not. I don't understand.
That question, eh? It reminds me of that clip of why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
No, what you rather?
Why are you gay?
Like honestly, I just keep thinking, why are we always smelling? And you see this person is in an office, in a bank.
But honestly,
and you smell.
That's a fair point. It's hard to talk about, but you're right, because you guys, have you ever been in a social setting? And it's like it's not important that you're in the ghetto or anything.
Yeah.
You're in a nice social setting and people are smart, people are educated, they are dressed well, nini, and then someone comes to speak to you, they're looking nice, everything, and then they have like bad breath. You guys, it has happened to me quite a few times, and I'm like, it's a small thing, but the moment you say hello, I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Talk to in the morning, like we start talking at about 1 p.m. is when I start now looking them in the face after they've taken some water and they've eaten, let's say, samosas. But like in the morning, it's more. I think they probably think I'm shy. They probably think I'm shy because
you end up talking like this. Then you're trying to end the conversation. The person wants to talk to you. They want to stand near you.
Then they're trying to act like I have flu and I'm in a mask. But I'm just like, or I always prepare their things early so that they don't address
But at
me.
least the one talking you can avoid. There's the one with kavubuka.
But also, why is your collar dirty early in the morning? Like, full of.
No, but I know a lot of people, either they don't have hot water at home and in the morning it's hard to shower.
Who says everyone showers hot water? We shower cold water, Claire.
No, for me I don't. You people, me.
Many people shower cold water.
Many people shower cold water.
What I'm saying
mind
is that
it at
I
all.
can understand how people will not want to have the inclination shower.
I don't understand. Actually, I don't understand
But
at all.
also, we don't care. Don't smell for us. Then the second thing, is, what was I going to say? It's gone out of my head. But sometimes people think, other times, like, you know that when it's been a hard day, and then you get home and you don't want you take off your shirt and you hang it. To wear tomorrow again.
In these equatorial temperatures of Uganda.
I know a lot of people who do that. Well, not a lot. I've known, especially men.
Listen, no.
And you can smell that old perfume on
that
top of
same
new
person is
perfume,
going to ask,
on top of sweat.
They're going to ask you what you're bringing.
We're tired.
That man who is wearing his shirt without washing it is going to ask you what you're bringing to the table. You.
And you're like,
who is
which
not even
table?
repeating a black bra.
I can't even put food on this table because you've not washed your clothes.
Thank you.
So which table are we discussing?
As in, a man by the bed audacious. He'll be there with his armpit that has sweated and turned yellow.
But it's
so what do you bring to
for
this
me?
table? So,
It's the audacity
may we
of
come
men
back
for
as
me.
men in this world? Because may we come back as men? Because with that armpit, he's asking.
No, patriarchy also hasn't served men.
No, patriarchy
Because sometimes
it has given them
the standard is too
yes.
low.
And I feel like in our
low. It should be
generation,
higher.
He would even just be like,
child
he'll be like,
was really,
the
the girl child was really elevated, and everything was literally, we were told everything, how to bathe, how to this, how to this, how to this.
By the way, that's something
we were perfected.
And guys, they're like,
And then
it's,
no one
it's
ever
kawaii,
told
just
the boys
chill,
don't do
make money,
anything.
chill. It's
Why
kawaii,
do
you have
I
money,
like
everything
like
comes.
My
guy.
That's why someone would throw like boxers there, socks there.
You're like, my
the
guy. It can't be only having money. Hey, my friend.
Why you're those
In
things?
this, especially not in this economy, friends, the money is little. And the economy does not discriminate. Anyway, guys, that is all we have for you today. What we're trying to say is improve yourself and stop smelling for us. Don't be...
Claire, you
I think I'm going to leave the set now.
What is wrong with telling people to not smell? Friends, no, if you know you skip showers or you skip brushing,
don't
or
ask what
you
they bring to the
repeat,
table.
yeah,
Don't ask for
kindly,
high standards.
gentlemen, don't ask for my standards unless yours are brought up. But also, ladies, just take care of yourself, your confidence, your appearance. your
This is
general
both, actually,
hygiene,
for men and women.
your
I think
mind.
this episode was for men and
Mind,
women.
body, soul, man.
Mind,
Continue
body, soul,
working
man.
on
That's
your
for that one doesn't have sex.
improvement.
Have you guys
All of
ever
us
met
improvement.
a man or woman? Mostly women are. I've met a lot more women that are improved on the journey of self-improvement. But have you ever met a man? Yes, I have. Actually, have. That is on a journey of self-improvement, and you can see this man is intentional. He is just, you know, calm. He's not egotistical. He's clean. But you know what? He smells nice. He's understanding. He's reasonable. He's responsible. And you just be like, where do they grow these ones? You know, and that's how you want to be. But also, ladies, it's also nice to be that woman who everyone is like, I can rely on this one. You know, she
Dependable.
is improving. Exactly, dependable. She is, you know, beautiful. She smells nice. She looks good. But also, you are well set in your mind. Your mindset is good. You know, not all the time suffering. No, it's not all the time. Anyway, that's all we had for you guys today. Have a wonderful holiday.
And be audacious.
Be audacious. And
audacious.
just
Have
this
audacity.
holiday. Yeah, we just don't want.
Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.